Hey everyone, welcome to my first official video. My name is Tyler Warlow, I go by The Mengineer, and today I'm going to be talking about 6 key areas to help you engineer your life. If you focus on these 6 categories, it will help you see massive improvements towards the life that you always wanted. The first of these areas, in my opinion, is personal finance. A lot of people are uncomfortable with this topic because they haven't really had to handle and manage their own finances before. A lot of people tend to just get their paycheck and spend money and hope for the best with their bank account, but that's really not how you want to approach life. What you'd like to do is really take some time to understand your personal financial position and then set yourself up in the future for success. There's multiple ways to go about doing this. You want to set up a budget, track your expenses, and then move towards saving. You want to start saving for an emergency fund. That will help you to create a foundation where you can do whatever you want with that money and be able to take more risks in life, do the things that you want to do. And then once you have an emergency fund set up, you can then start moving towards investing for your future, investing in your Roth IRA, 401k, things like this. And this will help set you up for a future further down the road. You definitely want to take that time now in the beginning to understand your personal financial position and set yourself up for future success. The second thing I want to talk about is confidence and presentation. There's a lot that can go into this, but the 2 main areas that I like to focus on are your personal presentation, so like your hygiene, your style, as well as your interactions with other people and how you go about interacting with those people. Are you personally, like me, more of an introvert where you like to keep to yourself, or are you more of an extrovert? You can succeed as both in this world. Now, this is something that takes time. Practice makes perfect. So it's not something that you're going to be able to dramatically improve overnight. I recommend looking up some basic things on terms to how to improve your charisma, how to make small talk, and then go out and practice those items. And you're going to start seeing a compounding interest on that. As you practice and as you interact with other people, as you try new styles that you like, you're going to start seeing your confidence improve. And as your confidence improves, that kind of just loops in on yourself. And it's going to be this compounding effect, and you're going to get the ball rolling, and it's just going to keep going and going. And that's going to be dramatic for you. That's going to give you different opportunities by interacting with people you may not have interacted with before, giving you experiences you may not have experienced without talking and interacting with those people. So improving your confidence and your personal presentation will just help you navigate the world by improving your relationships, improving how others view you, and allowing you to go after things that you never would have been able to previously. The third main area that I want to talk about is health. That's both physical and mental. You cannot truly pursue the life that you want to pursue unless you're healthy. Taking care of yourself physically, taking care of yourself mentally. Those are both important. A lot of people tend to focus on one area or the other, so I highly recommend having a balance between the two. Personally, for me, in terms of exercise, find something that you enjoy. That is the most important part. If you don't enjoy it, you're not going to stick with it. Find something simple, stick with it, something that you enjoy. Maybe to start off, start with 3 days a week. You can always build upon that habit. In terms of mental health, find things that help recharge you. This obviously varies from person to person, but this can be your hobbies. This can be hanging out with your friends, but find those things that really recharge you, and afterwards where you say, I had a good time, I had a good day, and try to work those into your regular routine. It's important to have those moments in life where you're able to really be present with the things that you enjoy and the people that you enjoy to really ground you, because sometimes life just comes at you and it can be really difficult. So make sure you take care of both your physical and your mental health. And this will kind of play into the earlier point mentioned of confidence. As you improve these things and you work on things and you see yourself become happier and moving towards the things that you want in life and enjoying the life that you have, it will help improve your confidence. A lot of these points are going to play into one another, and this is just one of them. The fourth point I want to talk about is set goals. Give yourself something to work towards. Now, something that's important that I want to really stress is you don't want to set goals that are unattainable at the start, because otherwise you're going to set these goals, you're not going to achieve them, and then it's going to cause you to lose that motivation. It's going to cause you to never really get that ball rolling. One thing that I really like to focus on, and this has been touted by a lot of different people, is something called SMART goals. So it's an acronym, and what that acronym stands for is specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. So in terms of being specific, don't be general with your goal. So for instance, let's say you want to exercise more, like I discussed in the previous point. If you're specific, you don't want to say, I want to exercise more. You want to give yourself a specific amount of time. Like I said, maybe set it for 3 times a week. I want to exercise for 30 minutes 3 times a week. The next part of that would be to make it measurable. So like I said, if your goal is to exercise more, do it 3 times 30 minutes a week. You can measure how many times you've done that. A way to make the exercise goal measurable is track your progress on different things. You can track the weights you lift, how fast you can run a mile, things like that, and kind of make that a side part of tracking that. Of course, measuring the fact that you did 3 workouts for 30 minutes is also a measurable aspect of that, but you can always include more specific things to help see your improvement towards that goal. Next, achievable. A lot of people tend to make the mistake of setting goals that are way outside of their reach. For instance, say you've never run before, and you say, okay, I want to run a 5-minute mile, and that's highly unlikely to do. And trying to work towards that goal is going to be very demotivating, as you don't see progress towards that. People have to train for a long time to start getting into that 5-minute mile route. So say you've never run before, maybe set yourself an achievable goal of like, I want to be able to run for 10 minutes. Or if that's not even for you, I want to be able to run for 5 minutes straight without stopping to walk. And start moving towards those small goals. By setting those small achievable goals at the start, you're going to start achieving them, which will help work you towards higher level goals. And this kind of plays into the realistic thing as well. Like achievable, realistic, you want to be honest with yourself. You don't want to go after goals that you can't realistically achieve. And timely, set a timeline for this. This is important. A lot of people will set goals without giving themselves a timeline, and then they don't really have that time frame to work towards. So they kind of like, oh, I'll start it tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and it's like, oh, I'll start it next week. And then next week comes and you're like, oh, I'll start it the week after that. You want to set that deadline to give yourself something to work towards in a specific time frame, because that tends to help motivate a lot of people. Think about it. When you were in school, what was it that motivated you? When the deadline was quickly approaching, or when you had just freedom to do whatever you want? When did you actually get that work done? When you had specific deadlines, or when you just had complete freedom? The 5th thing I want to talk about is work and productivity. One of the most important things, in my opinion, when it comes to your work is pursue the things that interest you. Don't just pursue things because of money. Don't just pursue things because it has this kind of idealized end goal. Because what a lot of people tend to realize when it comes to pursuing that item is, oh, this isn't really the life that I thought I wanted to live. Take me, for example. I came out of high school thinking I wanted to go into college for chemical engineering. I was like, hey, I'm good at chemistry. Hey, I really enjoy my engineering classes. So let's combine the two, go to school for chemical engineering. Not realizing at all what chemical engineering was, I pursued it because I thought engineering is a great way to make money. I'll be able to support my future family. And engineering was a lot different than I realized. So don't just pursue things because of the money. Pursue things that genuinely interest you and make you want to continue to learn those things. Because otherwise, you're gonna find yourself doing your work, hating your work, getting burnt out if you're just pursuing it for the money. Now, I know for some people, money is an excellent motivator, but personally, I find that after a few years of pursuing money, you can wear yourself out. So pursue things that you actually interest you. Another point that I think is important to stress is a lot of people have heard the saying, work smart, not hard. It's important, especially in the beginning, to work smart and hard. So set up those systems to help you work more efficiently, help you learn things more, and surround yourself with knowledgeable people that will be able to teach you things. But also demonstrate that you're willing to work hard through difficult situations. Because this is the kind of thing that's going to help your employer notice you, is they're seeing that you're constantly working to improve your work, also working hard and doing things that other people aren't willing to do. That's going to set you apart from the rest. But of course, in the beginning, don't stress yourself too much. Employers, internships, they all have an expectation of your skill level. Try to go above and beyond, but don't beat yourself up if you don't know something, if you don't understand something. Always be willing to ask. These people that will be at your work, in your job, they'll have certain expectations for you, especially at the beginning. And they're almost always going to be willing to help you if you find the right work. And finally, point 6. Always seek to be learning and always seek to be improving. This is such an important aspect of life. A lot of people are always aiming towards this. Once I finish school, I'll be done. I can just do this. I can just do that. No, always seek to be learning new things, learning new skills, learning new ideas. Seek to expand your mind. Because the more that you know, the more that you understand, the more that you'll be able to kind of pursue the things that really interest you. And also, it will help you work towards things in ways that you may not have thought about previously. It can give you new ideas, expand your experiences in the world, and really help you to be happier in your general life as you learn new things. So, things I really recommend for doing that is, if you're interested in a subject, go on YouTube, go on Skillshare, or even rent a book from your local library and just read about it. I highly recommend reading as a form of learning. By learning new things, this can also kind of play into your goals and your confidence. You can set a goal to learn something new by a certain time. And as you achieve these goals and as you learn these new things, you'll start to gain confidence in yourself as you see that, hey, I am capable of doing XYZ. I can do this thing that I've always wanted to do. For instance, say you wanted to learn how to play a guitar. As you learn how to play songs and stuff, your confidence will increase as you realize, hey, I can do this thing that I've always thought was interesting. I always loved seeing other people do it. Now I can do it too. And that will seek to improve your confidence as well. So don't be afraid to push yourself outside of your comfort zone. If you're like, oh, I'm not sure I could learn how to do that, try it. What's the worst that could happen? That you don't learn it? The best thing that could happen is you learn something, you found a new skill that you really love and you really enjoy, and you start pursuing that with a new passion. So always push yourself to learn new things, step outside of your comfort zone. It will really improve your life. Thank you for joining me. That was 6 tips for improving your life. If you would like to see more or learn more, please feel free to hit that subscribe button. I'll have my most recent video posted right over here. Please feel free to click that, leave a like, comment things that you feel. If you disagree, if you agree, comment down below what you personally think are ways to improve your life. I'd love to hear back from y'all. So, thank you for joining me. This has been the Mengineer signing off.